here. This is another day in this happy space that I have created. Um, and this is all thanks to NetGain Consulting and the Wellbeing 365 Training Center. Um, you all know me, I'm Grace Espinosa, and here we basically speak about well-being issues, about well-being issues that concern to you, to me, to us, and to the community. And we tend to concentrate in the health, and the health is very broad subject. The health come mind, the mind health. Then you have got the physical health. Then you have got the emotional health, and obviously you need to have financial health as well in order to be a complete, happy individual. So we tend to address all those subjects. Um, so let's spend the next 45 minutes talking about well-being, which is an exciting subject. And nowadays it's getting more trendy, and more people are aware of well-being, and more people wants to know how to practice well-being and how to become a well-being practitioner. And I'm very happy just to serve and to sort of promote this Wellbeing 365 training center. So, as I said, today the topic of the day will be hygiene, sleep. But before that, we always try to reflect a little bit. We always try to to see what is happening out there. There is so much happening out there at the moment that really is a little bit of a waste of time trying to sort of highlight everything that is happening out there. It's sort of a crazy world out there at the moment. But in the other hand, we've been having a fantastic weather for the last 2 days here in Cheshire, where I'm based in the UK, and I can see a lot of people having a really good time, enjoying outdoors, breathing fresh air. More and more people are enjoying the movement of walking out, taking care of themselves, practicing self-caring. It's very important because everything to do with self-caring is come from external, and it's absolutely good looking after your body, interacting, going out for a walk with your pets, well, with your dogs, with your kids, and with your friends. And now, very soon, we will be able to do it more and more and more. And remember, always stay safe. And remember, keeping the immune system healthy and in top condition is not just only what you eat, it's also how you think, it's also how you feel, it's also what you speak, because all that will influence your immune system. All that, our system, internal system, they're all connected to each other. Immune system, your stomach system, your mind system, your feeling systems, they're all systems, and they're all interconnected to each other. So, but if you have got questions, suggestions, doubts, complaints, anything, just, send me a quick message or send me an email, and we will be trying to help you to address any problem out there, or any personal problem. Or if you are interested to know more about what we do, you can make inquiries as well. We have got now a good team, and we always trying to be here to serve, because that's what we do best, serving the community and serving our clients and our users as well. And I'm absolutely delighted because more and more people are out there, more and more people are understanding what is well-being and how you can actually take control of your own health, because I do understand that not many people understand what is to take control of your own health, but it's absolutely important to practice self-caring, because that means that then you are taking control of your own health, because there is nothing else out there that is more valuable to you than your own health. Without the health, there is no wealth. I always has been saying that without health, there is no wealth. Practice that. Practice that. If you are not feeling healthy, in top condition, if your mind is somewhere else, if it's not right where it should be, if your physical body is aching, is in pain, is always, letting you down, if your emotions are everywhere and you are exhausted, anxious, depressed, or any other emotion, or anger, you have got angry, or you are angry, then it will be very difficult to actually, you know, do better externally, to be in that position where you need to be in order to do well outside and in order to improve your financial well-being. So if they all run in parallel. Everything is really important. Every detail of your life. You are the creator of your life, believe it or not. I know this is not something that we hear often, because nobody likes to say that, because people think the system that we live in thinks that the more we talk about empowerment and the more we talk about creating better opportunities and better world and giving the people the tools that they actually need to improve their own life, then they think that the system will collapse. But you can call me whatever you want. Hello out there. If you have got questions, just let me know. Send me a little test. Say what's your name and where are you watching from. So if you, it's no, it's totally the opposite. I always think that if everybody's doing well, if everybody knows what to do, how to do it, when to do it, and everybody succeeds, then it becomes easier for everybody. I see it that way. I think the more we do for others, the more we do for ourselves. And the more we put out there the word of, self-caring, well-being, empowerment, freedom of speech, then the more we all benefit, because we all on the same line. We all trying our best rather than not trying our best. Okay. So the headlines for this week are usually, as you know, we are very soon having local elections. And I was just listening to this webinar the other day, and my conclusion was that these four parties, which is good, it's very good to have not just two parties, the usual parties. These were four parties, and they were based in Liverpool and talking about, I guess they were talking about the region, which is the northwest. And it was Liverpool. They have fantastic idea, very good ideas. It was very difficult to pick one because they all have different ideas and different topics, and it was quite interesting. However, this is my conclusion, and you take it or leave it, but this is very important. When it's time to vote, everybody will be offering you the sky, the moon, the chocolates, and the roses, because they want something from you. They want your vote. But some of those plans, they were absolutely, I don't know how they were going to be achieving those in the long term, because it was all about funding and money and money and money and money, and how much money they need in order to complete those projects. And this is what the politics tends to sort of do in every election. Doesn't matter what level, if it's your local communities, your regions, or your national governance. They always promise and promise and promise. And I'm only going to give you 2 tips to make it very short. When you are going to vote, just listen, analyze the language, analyze what they are saying, and always ask yourself, where are they going to get the money from in order to do all that? So when you ask that question to yourself, where are they going to get the money from? Then it's easier just to sort of, swim and navigate around and see what is feasible and what is not feasible, what never will be able to achieve. Because it's very good to have very good ideas, but how are you going to achieve that without money? Because let's say that when you start, I don't think so that it's much different than starting a business. I don't think so. Starting a new, being the mayor of something, or being the new councillor or something, you are starting a new project. And I have started few new projects with zero resources, very low budget projects, and I know exactly how it's like. I mean, we know the situation that we are right now. We know how we are in debt. Nationally, we are in debt. And we know that our grandchildren will have to pay that debt. So why to think like that? And then I saw, okay, well, always ask yourself, where are you going to get the money from? And my suggestion will be that why don't nobody, no one of them, or very shortly, they spoke about human resources. And the whole power resides in human resources. If you want transformation, if you want succeed, and in your projects, in this case, is a national local elections, and talking about, fusions between regions, and talking about this and that. The best way is to concentrate on human resources. And this is what we do in Wellbeing 365 Training Center. We concentrate on human resources. Human resources is the key. Everybody speak about different external things, like if, for example, how to live zero pollution or zero carbon, how to live like that. Well, yes, you can invest as much as you want in new technologies. You can actually tax more cars. You can tax and tax and tax in order to achieve something, but that won't solve the problem. We have to start from the bottom. The bottom is that everybody have to get educated. Everybody have to get educated of how to stop contaminating, how to stop contaminating, how to choose brands that actually encourage recycling, how not to leave all your dirt outside on the street. Doesn't matter who you are. And even if you haven't threw it away, but it just is there, why not to pick it up? So that is a mentality that we need to start achieving. And that is what well-being sort of enhance. And that's the tools that we need. If we really want to transform something, we have to train and educate people. But obviously, training and educating people is not as profitable as other business, and is not as quick. It doesn't give you quick results either. But we are talking about something very important. We are talking about innovation. We are talking about the future, a futuristic future. And it's absolutely essential that we start, educating people. Educating people means not just that everybody goes to the same school and everybody learns everything. That doesn't mean that. Education happens on daily basis. Education is opening your conscious and your subconscious and understanding that you need to actually be participating, and you need to take responsibility of your actions, and you need to work as a team inside your community. And everybody should have participation. Everybody should have a clear participation of what they want, what is their role. Because once you know what is your role, once you know who you are part of, or what you are part of, in this case, your communities, in this case, empowering people, transforming that, transforming years and years and years of disregarding and empowerment and just disregarding people really and their power and their knowledge. And if you are watching this, it's time. If you are not practicing well-being, it's time that you start practicing well-being. It's time that you start reflecting. It's time to understand that if we all don't work together, nothing will be changing, and it will affect you. It will affect you. It doesn't matter if you are doing well or if you are not doing well. It will affect you in one way and another way, and I can give you thousands of examples how it will affect you. As I say, there is no point to to live in a beautiful castle, and then outside, when you step outside, it's all dirt and muck. It's not a point, is it? Because your shoes are going to get dirt as well. So this is what it happens. What is the point of working towards something so hard, but then you forget to include your community, you forget to participate in your community, and you forget to that you actually live in a community system, and what you put out there is what you get. There are many cases where people have been doing very well, and then unfortunately tragedy happens, and this uneducated individual that is struggling in many ways of have been ignored by our society, by our community, grow up with a lot of pain, which she transform in anger, and then that person suddenly comes and kills your son or your daughter or a family member or someone that it was important for you. So do you see how you will be getting affected? So it doesn't matter. Maybe this is too deep for some people, but this is in signs of how life work, and what you put out there is what you will get. So you always need to try to put the best of you. Doesn't mean that you have to be perfect. It just means that you have to participate, that you have to be aware, that you have to put yourself in somebody else's shoes, that you have to respect individuality, because respecting individuality is essential, is absolutely essential. And my next subject will be the usual that we have heard for a long time now. Vaccines, jabs. I mean, why do we have to make a confrontation out of it when really nobody's getting no benefit out of it? Only the pharmaceutical industry are getting the benefit. Who created that? We know who created, who came with these ideas, the shareholders. And obviously, they are creating a not self-sustainable, but they're creating a sort of a product that eventually you will need to have every year. So see how profitable it's going to be. Because even if you get it for free, you are not really getting it for free, because that money that the government is using to buy those jobs, where are they coming from? So you are not getting anything for free, and it's going to cost you a lot of money. And in the end, anyway, in the end, what is the point? The point is that some people will feel happy about having it, and maybe they feel more secure about having it, and that's what their body is asking that they need to have. And I don't agree with jabs. I agree with what I practice. I practice well-being. I practice a healthy immune system. I practice, but they are my practices. So why should I be concerning about somebody else. At the end of the day, the vaccine jab is only going to protect you. You still will be able to pass it away. You still will be able to contaminate others like a flu, and you still, will have restrictions. So at the end of the day, it's your choice. It's your choice. And we need to create a culture of choices and respect. We all know the same. We all know the same. We all don't look the same. We all not sound the same. And we don't have to fit into anybody else's perspective or category. Basically, like that. How, in one hand, this is how illogical society is. This is absolutely illogical. And this is why kids get confused, totally confused. And they grow up being bad person and bad people, and especially bad men that do bad things to bad women, because of the fact that when they were children, like nowadays children that we have around, nobody taught them about respect, how to respect somebody else's decision. Children won't be doing what you tell them, what you preach. They will be doing what they see, what they see, what is out there. The small little actions that nobody pay attention, that is what they see. They are sponges. They are absorbing information constantly. So whether you want it or no, they are learning. They are learning through you, through their family, through their parents, through the television, through the media, through the society. They are learning. And every parent in this world that cares to do their job know that doesn't matter how much you teach them, society has got a big influence. For example, I have got an older son, he's 16 now, and I always wanted him to sort of pick up the rubbish outside. And every time I suggested that, even when he was 12 or 11, he always said, "Why do you do that? You look like a crazy woman. Why did you do that?" You see? So it doesn't matter if I suggested, if I taught him, if I did it myself, the influence that he gets out there through society, it's bigger, the amount influence. And it does happen all the time, and it's absolutely normal. So that's why you need to actually engage. You need to participate. You need to create awareness. And you need to actually open up your consciousness. You need to. Because if we all more or less have got the same boundaries, and if we all more or less know, I respect you, you respect me, what is wrong with that? Then that means that that's what the kids are going to learn, because that's what we all practice. And imagine in a world where we all respect each other and where we all respect our opinions without trying to go into a war or go into conflict. So imagine how easy it will be for everybody. So people don't understand these practices, because these practices has been condemned and have been avoided, because this is the solution anyway. And everything that is the solution, they try to, put it away. Because with this practice, if you learn how to respect your neighbor will learn how to respect you. So if I don't want to do this, why do I have to do it? Imagine how many problems we will be avoiding, how much money we will be saving when we do the right practices. And it doesn't mean that we always will be able to do the right practices, but we can try as much as we want. And this is what is important. So doing the right practices is essential. It's absolutely essential. It will actually allow you to live in a happier state, because believe or no, your mind creates realities. You create realities. You do. I think, and I've been preaching this for a long time, it's time that everybody start taking care of themselves, taking care of your health, your family, your children, your house, and spending less time taking care or minding everybody else's business. Really. Because then you put all your energy and your concentration in what you have to do. And when you do that, you can create wonderful things, wonderful things. We all know the same. Our immune system doesn't respond the same. We don't think the same. And that's absolutely good. And that's allowed to. Some people tell me, um, why do you want to invent the wheel again? I just look at them without saying nothing because in my mind I'm only thinking, why would I not? Why would I not? If the greatest inventors in the world would have thought like that, we still would be living in the jungle. Nothing would have been invented anyway if we all thought the same and every day the same thinking and the same thinking and the same, answer and the same patterns and the same. No, being different, it takes a lot of courage. It takes a lot of courage to be different. It takes a lot of courage not to do what society tells you to do without telling you. It's a very subliminal message there. If we all smoke, then you have to smoke. Otherwise, you are the odd one. Well, no, thank you. I'd rather to be the odd one. If we're all part of this gang, then you need to come and be part of this gang. Otherwise, you will be the outsider. No, thank you. I'd rather to be the outsider. So you see how not respecting somebody else it does affect you in the long term. It affects your family, it affects your community. So what we need to do in my book, you have got your own book, you do it the way you want, is to try to sleep better. Believe or not, try to practice well-being. Well-being is fantastic because it does change your whole chemistry. It does change the whole chemistry, the way you think, the way you feel, and therefore the way you act. You will try to do different things and accept others. We all not the same. We all totally different. And that doesn't mean that we disagree in order to agree. And that's fine. That's called communication. As long as we all respect it. And the human rights, they've been there for a reason, because sometimes we do lose the plot and sometimes we do forget what is important. Fortunately, I'm here to remind you what is really important in life. There are certain practices that are absolutely essential in life. Because what is the point? I'd rather to be wrong. I'd rather to absolutely be wrong, but being happy, to be honest. I don't need to argue about what is right, what is wrong. I don't need that. And I guarantee you that you don't need that either. Try to be yourself in a happy mood. Try to do well-being practicing, and you will see how your life transforms. It has transformed for many people that they're already doing it. It has. And it's not easy because the hardest is to recognize the way you think, what mistakes you are making, how you're looking, what is your external, what is your outer world look like. Because you do help to create your outer world. You do help to create it. I usually tend to talk to people that are in very difficult times. They are very stressed, they are very nervous, they look tired, and it's tiring. It's tiring to be fighting against other people. It's really tiring to be all the time right. It's tiring to prove that you are right. You know what I mean? It's really tiring. It's exhausting. It takes all your energy. It leaves you, empty. So it's sometimes it's just best to laugh. It's best to laugh. But in the other hand, when you need to, you need to. Okay? So sleeping hygienic. This is very important because what happens out there is that a lot of people are suffering from a sleepy deprivation and deficiency. Yeah, sleeping deprivation. It means that you are not sleeping well. It means that you have got the wrong sleeping patterns. Perhaps it's because of what is your last activity, what you do last. Do you, watch a program? Do you watch something that it's a little bit, stressful, some stressful information? Remember, you have got senses. And even where you are aware or not, your senses are there working on your behalf, working for you, you know, collecting and recollecting all this information. So, sleeping, it's it's good to sleep. You actually, everybody should be sleeping between 8 hours. I know some adults only need 4 because that have been proven scientifically. That's fine, but having a good sleep is absolutely important. And sometimes people cannot sleep because whether what they eat. So watch out what you're eating, especially 6 hours before is your bedtime. Watch out what you're eating. Because if you are eating something that is absolutely heavy, well, your digestion system is working there, blah, 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 working, which won't allow you to sleep because it's actually working. So watch out that. Um, it's try not to sleep with the television on because, as I said, your subconscious mind and your senses are there, picking up all the noise, picking up the news. Even when you are, drowsing, you still will be listening to all that information. Try to avoid alcohol. Well, at this moment the pubs are closed, but that doesn't mean that people have not been drinking. We all have been drinking from home. So try to avoid that. Try to create a routine. Routine is absolutely important. And at the beginning, your mind and your brain won't understand what you're trying to do. And that's the one-to-one fight where you have to fight your body. You have to have self-control. And all that is through a good well-being practice. And that well-being practice means sleeping, nice and comfy, having nice dreams. Some people cannot sleep well because they break the dream in the middle of the night because of bad dreams, or maybe because you go to sleep too early and then you woke up in the middle of the night as well. uh, Hormones can actually affect the sleeping routines as well. For women, it's cycles. Depending on your cycles, you will be affected. But what is my recommendation is to, you need to work on your environment. You need to have clean bedding, the light that is right for you, or no light if you prefer that. You need to find out what it is. You need to, if your room is too congested, then you need to do a little bit of decluttering. You need to have clean bedding, fresh bedding, light right, no dust, no noise. If you're actually suffering from bad sleeping patterns, some people actually don't sleep for days, and that creates a lot of damage. That creates a psychotic damage. And actually, people that suffer from sleeping deprivation, they actually can do things without even then really realizing that they are doing wrong things or hurting somebody else. So it's absolutely essential and important that we all learn how to sleep at nighttime, how to meditate. You can put the nice music in the background, and then just relax, declutter your brain, declutter a little bit. Your brain, you need to empty it. Like you empty your being every day, every day, every day. You need to do well-being practices. You need to do caring practices. You need to do self-caring practices. You need to, lower your voice, and say, tonight I'm going to sleep soundly. I'm going to sleep like in my dog. My cat, they can sleep for hours and hours and hours. And they are happy beings. They're always happy. And they're always loving. And they're always caring. So that shows you that sleeping is good. It's very, very good. um, and I always say that, when you have a bad day, yeah, experience your bad day, deal with your bad day, struggle with your bad day, but in the morning, the next morning, after a good night's sleep, the world looks different. If the sun shines, the sun is always going to shine the next day, always. So it's always important to break the pattern, to break the pattern is important. And how you break the pattern, I'm giving you, this is your Easter chocolate, Bonnie. I'm giving you a key here. Break the pattern. Go to sleep. Change something. Do something different that night. Go out for a walk at the beginning. Well, here in the UK, we cannot swim, but when we can, try to go before for a swimming. Tire yourself out, but it's your responsibility. Sleeping well is in your hands because you are you. You can control how your whole system works. You can control that. What is the point to be worried and to miss your sleep? What is the point? I don't see what is the point, because the point to live life and the point to be here on earth is to enjoy life. Is to enjoy life, is to learn from the experiences, is to enjoy without hurting others. And that's why you need to practice well-being, because well-being practices allows you to do that, to enjoy life, to achieve your dreams, to achieve your ambitions in a smart way, in a really smart way, because once you understand these practices, then your life just runs smoothly. And yes, you will have better nights sleep. You will have better nights sleep, and you need to teach your kids from early age to have good night's sleep. Don't allow the kids to be all night watching television or to watch television before time. Unless it's something soft, some soft music, some relaxation. And the next day you will see how they woke up very happy, and you will have a chance to have, happy day as well. Uh, it says here that sleep rituals are very good, so find your own. It's hard to tell you what is your body asking for, what your body needs, but what we definitely need and what you definitely need is to have good nights. I know sometimes it's not possible because people work in different shifts. I know what you're thinking. I know what you're going to tell me. People work in different shifts, so it's hard to have, but you always can accommodate your routines, your sleepy routines. While babies don't sleep, yes, I understand that, but that doesn't last forever. It's only a period of time where the baby won't sleep. And the better routine you will have, the better will be for you and the baby and your partner or your husband or your wife and your entire family. Because routines are essential. Kids enjoy routines. They absolutely love it. Even for adults, we feel patronized doing routines. But kids enjoy routines. They do. That's why kids are so happy at school, because they have got a routine. They know where they're going. They know where they're coming. They know what to expect. So I often, not constantly, but often or rarely, I hear parents saying that no routines for the children. They need routine. They need routine. They get happy with routines. They enjoy routines, and because it's easy. It's just easy. And some routines, I mean, kids that don't sleep on the right time, or they sleep with the television on, that's a routine as well. But sometimes you need to practice the right routine, not the wrong routine. And so sleeping is very important. It's essential. You want to change your world? You want to, do something nice and better for everybody else and for yourself? Start sleeping. Have routines. Concentrate in you first, because you are your own entity. You are an individual. You have to look after yourself. You have to look after your needs. Sleeping is a need. Kids that don't sleep well, and they grow up as a teenagers and they don't sleep well either, they tend to get into more trouble than kids that sleep well. And they are the facts. You can research. This is all out there, and research the facts. So, as a parent, it's your responsibility to sleep well, so your child can see that you enjoy sleeping in the right times, and then they will do follow the same. They will follow the same routines. They will enjoy sleeping. And you can, save a lot of money once you take control of yourself, of your health. Because people that don't sleep, they tend to have medication. And eventually, once you have got one medication, you will need the next one and the next one and the next one to part the effect of that medication. So if you have got questions, just send me an email. We are having a campaign very soon, which is all about well-being, trying to hear what the community have to say, trying to hear how you survive this pandemic, whether it's a good or whether it's a bad time, whether you have a struggle or not, or whether you have done very well, because we all know in the same boat, even when we look like some people have done well, some people have lost huge amount of weight, some people have enjoyed working from home, some people create new businesses and new ideas. Some people have spent time with the children and with the pets. Some people have made money, believe or not. And in the other hand, some people haven't. Some people haven't achieved anything. So the thing is that the achievers, they always will achieve. And the non-achievers, they always will stay behind. So it's up to you. You need to, jump the fence, and you need to start becoming an achiever. And the best way to be an achiever is to empower yourself, is to understand your own well-being. Well-being means the wellness of the being. Yeah, so it means the wellness of the being. That's what it means. So anything that empowers your own living style, your own situation, then it's wonderful. It's an add plus. We all have got different needs. We all have got different strategies. We all, some people's success is to accumulate, I don't know, anything, goods, cars, houses, whatever they can accumulate. For others, it's just simple, living a simplistic life, being able to do this or that and this and that. And that is all acceptable, because that's your choice. But what is undeniable is that we all human beings, and we all need to learn certain practices. That is what is undeniable. And I'm absolutely happy to be able to put my contribution out there. And if you would like to participate in this interview that we're going to do and to make, and we want to hear your cases, your success of your struggle, And that put yourself forward. Yeah, send an email, contact us, and put yourself forward. You can actually help other people because you can tell others how you have done it and what is the key recipe. And that's the way a community works. Sometimes you are good at something, the other person is good at something else, and the other person is good at something else, and we all share with each other. If you are, I don't know, 90 and you're still riding up and down your bicycle, you're still running, because I've seen few of the folks out there doing that. If you're still doing it, then put yourself forward. If you have created, I have heard new people have created new businesses and new ideas, and that's wonderful. It's this pandemic and this time have got, as I say, positive and negative. We know what are the negative and we know what are the positive. So let's now, it's the time, as I heard yesterday, it's the time to rebuild up. It's the time for recovering. And we need to empower ourselves as a community. We need to talk about subjects that are taboo, that nobody wants to talk about. We need to talk about facts as well. We need to change that way we do things, the way we think, the way we feel. That's called evolution. That's called innovation. We cannot, yes, we can reinvent the wheel. Why not? Why not? Because if you don't do it, somebody else will come and do it anyway. So stop listening to people that say that you cannot reinvent the wheel. Yes, you can reinvent the wheel. And even proven that you can reinvent the wheel, otherwise we wouldn't be living in this world of technology and, advanced technology. So we can do things in a different way. We need more people, more and more people to actually believe in themselves, to actually do what they love to do and what they are good at it. Because we cannot just do, everybody can do the same. We all cannot be, I don't know, admins or working offices or do this or that. We all know academicals, and we need to, I'm working alone with my college, and I'm getting all these new topics from my college, which are very, very interesting, because I'm going to be, for the next few weeks, I will be concentrating on discussing and towards redirecting all this information towards kids and teenagers. So share with your kids, share with your teenagers, listen to this over and over and over until you understand the message. And I can give you the tools, but you actually need to try to understand them, because your perspective is different from my perspective. So you need to accommodate this information and put it in a way that you do understand what is well-being and how you can take advantage of these. And that is called smart working. You can transform your whole life, your family life, your community life. You can, reach the sky if you want, once you understand well being. And once you understand how important you are and how valuable you are, and how you can learn how to speak up as well, your mind, and you can learn how, the importance of humanity. And that is what it's all about, the Wellbeing Training Center. Okay, well, I think I'm done for today, and I hope to see you soon. If you have got questions, just inquiries, just send it back to me. You can find me if you just Google Grace Espinosa, or if you Google the Wellbeing Training Center, we're all out there. And there are many ways that you can get in touch. Okay, bye.